Hello everyone, so we are group 10 and today I'll be presenting our local file inclusion project. So we built a fully containerized PHP web app with an intentional LFI vulnerability to demonstrate how attackers exploit path traversal and how developers can prevent it. This will be a very short interactive walkthrough, including a lifestyle demonstration of the attack steps. Alright, so first of all, what is LFI or local file inclusion? So it occurs when an application loads files based on user input without validating what the user sends. If we put something like a file name in a URL and the server blindly includes it, we can trick it into loading sensitive system files. In serious cases, LFI can escalate into remote code execution. So, in our app, we intentionally used a dangerous pattern, taking the page parameter directly from the URL and adding it to the include path. Because we never checked if the file is safe, an attacker can send the directory sequence or maybe the absolute path or even the absolute path to read anything available inside the container. All right, so now for the lab setup. To keep everything safe, the entire environment runs in Docker bound to localhost. We use the older Docker compose commands, which are still supported for this lab, and we are using seedvm for this one, and this ensures an isolated and controlled demonstration. Now let's set it up. This is the directory, the GitHub directory that we are going to use. It's the vulnerable application created. Now, first of all, the command is git clone and the link, which will clone the directory for us in our local machine. Now, as you can see, we have the local file inclusion demo here created for us. So now we will get into the directory, and then we will type docker compose build to build, and then docker compose up. And as you can see, the vulnerable web page is started. To load the web page, just go to the local host port 8080, and you will have this vulnerable application. Right, so before I begin with the video demonstration, let's look at the application layout itself. So there's index.php, which loads pages, and vulnerable.php, which handles the dynamic include logic. The includes folder has normal demo files like about and contact. But the vulnerability allows us to break out of the directory, as you will see in the video demonstration. All right, so it's demo time. So I've shown all of you that how to set this up, the whole demo container. Okay, so first of all, this is the container structure. We have index.php, vulnerable.php, and then it includes directory, which contains about.php, contact.php, help.php, and readme_files.txt. Okay, so from the web page itself, we are supposed to access about.php, contact.php, and help.php. But readme files.txt is not supposed to be accessed. So how do we access it? So just change this URL to readme_file.txt, and you have the access. Now, this is not very dangerous, is it? But the real problem starts when we are able to access absolute path or relative path within the directory. So let's try the absolute path, like etc. etc/password, and let's load the page. See? Now let's try etc/hostname. And we have the hostname here. Okay, now what about the relative path? Let's try the relative path. See? And let's try something like a non-existent file. Okay, so let's try non-existing.php, and it should give us an error. But the real problem is it still tries to include whatever we give it, which is why the previous payloads work. We've seen how dangerous LFI can be. Let's see why this happens. The root cause is developer oversight. The app assumes the user will only request safe files. No sanitation methods like base name, file_exists, or real path were used. Okay, so in real world environments, LFI can be extremely damaging. Attackers can read credentials, access environment info, and even execute code using log poisoning. For businesses, this can mean compliance violations or full-blown breaches. Okay, so how do we fix it? So we can use whitelist files, strip directory paths with base names, and validate resolved paths using real path. We can also add server level controls like open_base dir to restrict where PHP is allowed to read from. As you can see, the fixes are quite easy. Okay, so in conclusion, LFI is easy to exploit, but also easy to prevent when developers properly handle input and apply secure coding practices. This project shows how a small oversight can lead to large consequences and why proactive validation matters. And these are all my references, and we hope that you enjoyed watching the video. Thank you.